couldn't find your Twitch channel for some reason.
Welcome to Merle Radio.
To who?
Merle Radio. Welcome to Murgleston Radio. Welcome to Merle. You know, if we ever did a war or like a completely like, we should fuck up one day on April Fools and do a completely like Warcraft episode and call it Murgle Radio. The best podcast this side of fucking the Goldshire Inn.
So
what was that weird RP server in WoW?
Moonguard?
Yes.
Are you in host chat right now?
I can be.
No. Oh, I was just gonna tag you.
Tag me. Who doesn't like fat, sad cat?
Well.
Wow, wow, wow.
No, but with World. I'm pretty sure we need to make a version of this meme, but with Merlewib.
Do it.
Can we make it with Ultros?
No.
Can we make
no,
it Ultros?
Would be
I know
like
that
a lot creepier.
There needs to be. Ultros is just. He's just awkward. It's not creepy. He's just like.
No, he's creepy.
He's creepy. See, he's creepy.
I mean, to be fair, in the last the summer event from last year, he did show up, and there was a fate with him, and he was trying to check. He's trying to check out chicks in bikinis.
He was in the middle of the Stormblood release trailer, underwater, just looking at people swimming
in bikinis. And he showed up at the summer event.
You're not helping him here.
But he was like, there's so many beautiful women here.
It's probably Siren's favorite thing in the world. Stop.
I'm Ultros.
No.
Ultros. Hello, ladies. It's me, Ultros. Ultros. Listen, if anybody gave Ultros a fedora, it would just be like, my lady, I'm Ultros.
He needs a monocle.
This is why you're not working at Square.
This true. Or they were like, fuck, he's too good for us. get him, get him while you can, Blizzard. Get him while you can.
No, make it stop.
Oh, it's okay. Are we gonna do the thing where we give out the things for the things?
Now we can wait until someone calls us on it.
Actually,
we'll just wait until we get over like 15 and then announce it.
I need to do the thing over there.
I mean, that would help promote people getting more people in here.
People should do it anyway.
True. There may be a giveaway at a certain number, and then if we hit a second certain number, there may be even more to that giveaway.
And there may not be.
Yeah, or there may fucking not be.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It's up to you guys.
You like apples?
Oh, I was close. This is black cherry.
What? Soda? What is? Oh, you got red.
What is that?
It's beer.
Is it Wicked Ale? Is it like the apple beer?
Either you have gigantic cans, or that's a tiny.
It's a can.
It's a tiny can.
Okay.
I got it because someone bought it thinking it was a cooler, and then they found out it was beer, and it's like, I don't want these. All right, and they just gave them to me.
My hands feel gigantic when I hold a pony bottle.
Like fucking Deadpool with his baby hand. He's like, let me go masturbate.
Oh, that's just wrong.
So I can't make a Deadpool reference because
this product.
You haven't seen Deadpool?
Because
I haven't seen Deadpool.
I haven't seen the second one yet, but
I haven't seen the second one yet either. The first one's great. It's really fucking funny. Your face looks like a
Product
top.
contains small parts, which may present choking and other hazards if accidentally swallowed. Do not give to children under 3 years of age.
I remember the joke. It's like your face looks like a topographical map of fucking Idaho or some shit.
Oh, jeez.
In order to accurately recreate the source material, this product contains essential pointed components. Take due care when handling to avoid injury.
What?
What?
Keep the product away from naked flames, as exposure may cause warping and disfigurement.
What about just naked people?
Nothing about naked people in here.
I'm telling you that. Listen, one time somebody's drinking a beer naked and drops it right on something, and then all of a sudden there's gonna be a warning label: "Do not drink nude." There's a reason why they tell you not to cook bacon without a shirt on.
I'm pretty sure you don't need to be a rocket science to realize why you shouldn't cook bacon without a shirt.
I know. Well, first of all, oven bacon is far superior than pan bacon, so let's get that straight. Cooking bacon in the oven, get better bacon.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I make my bacon in the oven. It comes out. It comes out perfect, and there's less fat on it.
Okay. All right.
You can baste it with bullshit. Can't do that in a pan. Like, it sits in its own fat in the pan. It's not good.
Oh, but it is.
I mean, it does that in the oven as well.
Well,
That
no.
doesn't go anywhere when you put it in the oven.
No. I put it on top of a cooling rack and let the grease drip down into a tray beneath it, like a little raised cooling rack, and then the bacon grease.
I mean, you could do that in like a pan too.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Oven.
point.
But I can make more bacon on a pan, like a sheet rack in my oven.
She sits on things.
Yeah, she sits on shit.
She wins. She sits on things.
She's sitting on my computer now.
Like,
Chat's gonna be really confused because they have no idea what's going on here.
Yeah, Shin bought a little woman, and he's making her sit on stuff.
Sex trafficked. Oh man.
Can we please start?
Oh yeah.
Don't make me play June either today.
Oh yeah, I won't. I gotcha. All right, let me mute and get things going. Take a sip of this coffee.
Am I supposed to mute? What? You didn't tell me what to do.
No, he mutes us so that.
Today is June 22nd, 2018. This is episode 80. So shit. Let me try that again. This is June 22nd, 2018. This is episode 86 of Maelstrom Radio.
Maelstrom Radio. With your hosts, Flatus and Shinder.
And welcome everybody to Maelstrom Radio. My name is Flatus. With me, as always, this host is from Canada, so that means... You know what that means? I know what it means.
Apparently, you know what it means. You didn't make a sitting joke, which is what I was more expecting at this point.
No, I just mean that you go good with gravy and curds.
Sounds cheesy.
And this host is a social farter.
I'm a social farter.
You could have just played that clip instead of introducing.
No, it's fine.
Or I
okay.
mean, I could have just sent you a fart to play.
That's no. Why? Hold on.
I even woke up in the morning craving a fart.
What? Craving? I don't know that I
Never
said
underestimate the
Sometimes
power of
I'll use
fate.
farting as an excuse to meet a guy.
The first and last time that we have Podcastitude on the show.
I've been through worse.
It's true.
Put it in your mouth.
There we go. And
Because she said some things.
yeah, oh. Which who, me? Her?
No, her.
Oh. I mean, I shouldn't say that. That's been a first. Anyway, hi. It's episode 86. It's still June, so you know what that means.
Fuck you!
It's
Oh.
June. Yeah.
That's rude.
Why?
Thank you, Emmy.
Yeah,
Said
thanks.
Jeremy.
I mean, last month was May. Do you not know that we have that it's been rolling on since January. If people have been donating like months to us.
Oh.
Yeah, here's May.
Fuck you!
And we're off to like shit.
Yeah. You're a
All
month
right.
late on May.
I mean, she didn't know what May was.
It's going to be May.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
That's the joke. You get it?
Thanks, Jeff Goldblum.
This whole episode is just going to be constant soundboard.
Mm,
It just
Probably.
wasn't funny.
Yeah, we won't even have to talk.
yeah.
It'll do the job for us.
It's an improvement.
You know what I thought though? Since she loves to sit, you know what she probably likes?
Oh, no.
I love a nice tube.
Oh, what?
I don't know what tube has to do with sitting.
Yeah.
What about those tubes that you can like inflate and then sit on?
Mm, no, I think you're reaching.
Am I reaching? Oh, okay. Well, hold on
I
then.
think you're reaching on that.
That's the joke. You get it?
No.
I don't know
No,
what's
I'm not a
this
germaphobe, but in any case, let's touch it.
I'm gonna
What?
touch it.
You really should have just taken the clip it had. Let's touch it.
Yeah.
Oh, I could get that.
We can go later.
Okay.
News.
Yeah.
Patch 4.35 is coming
July 3rd.
in like 2 weeks.
Yep. July 3rd. July 4th, I'm off, so I get to play 4.3, which is just the release of Heavens on High and some other stuff. But, you know, Heavens on High, go get me a dodo mount. I want that dodo mount.
What is Heavens on High?
All right, so in
You have to be level 60.
uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
but
Wait,
no-
no, I am 60 now.
Yeah. 60. It's fine. But no,
Do you know what a Harsha font is?
Who?
Do you know what a Palace of the Dead is?
A what?
Harsha font?
Let's go.
A Harsha who? What?
Remind-
What are you saying about my mother?
For the love of God, remind me after the show to go take her down lock. That's the Palace of the
Yeah, I don't
Dead.
think I've ever been there.
Palace of the Dead.
Is that where everybody like
Ooh.
hangs out at the quarry mill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I know something.
Yeah. It's a
Never been
great.
in there, though.
It's a great way to level alternate jobs.
We should go and do that, and you should level a class that's not a Dark Knight.
I have my samurai.
Is your Samurai 60?
It's 58, I think. It's getting there.
Good point.
you leave me alone. You stop judging me.
Ah.
At least I paid attention to the story.
That's true. We judge you for not paying attention to the story.
Yeah.
What? I mean, there's a story.
Yeah.
Do you like Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Do you like
the
getting it?
story is like Game of Thrones, and you're missing it.
Mhm.
And I'm not kidding. It's because everyone dies.
Mhm. Do
Yeah.
you want to get in touch with your wizard?
What?
That has nothing to do with this.
What, the wizard? There's a wizard.
Yeah. I mean, yes, but There's none in Final Fantasy.
There's a wizard in Final Fantasy. They're not called wizards, but
We
Get
don't
in
talk
touch
about
with your
that,
wizard.
pages. Other news, right? There is also, I can't scroll properly, but there is a screenshot contest for the ongoing Make It Rain campaign.
Get Ray. Chocolate Ray.
No, nothing else.
No.
Yeah. So between June 18th and June 29th, so you still have 1 week from today to do this. Post a screenshot showing which item from the gold saucer you've been enjoying the most. Be sure to include the following a whole bunch of information on it, one entry per person. If you win, selected by the Final Fantasy XIV community team, happy birthday, Aquorn. They're going to select up to 50 winners based on creativity, originality, and overall execution to win either a Scarf of Wondrous Wit, Ariman Choker, Mandragora Choker, Bluebird Earring, or Noble Barding.
it's good stuff.
There's some cool glamour stuff. So for people who like glamour, and I don't think anyone on the show really likes glamour.
Oh, me? I just don't glamour. People yell at
I have like beginner intro to glamour on my character now.
the only thing I've ever glamored was the helm of leadership.
I'm pretty sure that actually wait, did you glamour anything?
I did my pants whenever we went and did that raid because everyone looked nice except me. My pants looked like garbage because they didn't match my clothes. So
Okay, so like intro glamour.
yeah,
We have like the two hardcore glamour people being Susan, Sprinkle, and
Uh-huh. Yep, 2. You got 1.
I can't remember her character name.
Not Nafe.
ouch.
No, it's Lynn's.
Oh, Kataya.
Yeah, that's the one.
She looks like a Sleepy Time potato.
She does.
Oh,
Yeah, she's got like a little nightcap and everything.
meow.
Yeah.
Siren Song. No, not you. You're not in our FC, so we don't consider
Oh.
you. A person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't exist. You don't exist.
Not even a fucking person. Holy shit.
Shots fired. The
Fuck.
pressure.
So
I'm,
we also
I'm
some,
still trying to make her to get her over. I'm trying.
God damn.
I mean, she's missing this. Look at what she's missing out on.
It is fun.
You want to talk some shit?
And this is
Ah,
us being professional on the podcast, even.
Yeah.
Should hear what goes on in FC chat later.
Yeah, there was but we do have some community news. Phoenix Town Radio is doing their Extra Life goal for the month of June. If they reach $500 by the end of the month, the people who donated to them will have Klaus's beard on the line, so they can choose. They can vote to choose: will he shave? Will he not shave?
You should make him shave because then we can have a beard off between Klaus and Flatus, and Flatus would easily destroy him without a beard.
I destroyed him with a beard last time. So.
Also fair.
I mean, I have a.
Normally, I would suggest donating to us for Extra Life, but yeah, it's definitely worth donating to Phoenix Down's Extra Life because it all goes eventually to children's hospitals, and because he is putting his beard on the line.
I did that last year.
Yeah, how did that go?
I grew it right the fuck back. So that's how that went. I looked because when you take a picture without the beard and someone's like, hey, you look like an indie rock singer from like the early 2000s. I look like fucking whatever his name is that fucking sang Screaming Infidelities. That's or like fucking then like some sort of band, some sort of emo band. Taking Back Sunday.
Oh no.
I mean, if I had like even like Coheed has a beard, and they're talking about fucking like space jails and shit. So that's why I listen to them, because they're fucking nerdy as fuck. By the way, if you don't listen to Coheed, you should. They're all about fucking like a space opera. It's great.
Fair.
Yeah.
Other community news this week: Flatus had a birthday. Happy
Did.
birthday, Flatus!
Thanks.
And he streamed all day, which was pretty awesome.
I done did it.
You did a great job.
I'm 33 now.
Did you ever like think of how amazing it was that you and Akmorn share the same birthday?
Fucking. She'll never listen to this.
No, unfortunately not.
But we can.
It was like somewhat other community news. I went and saw the Eorzean Symphony last weekend, which was pretty amazing. And I did get to say hello and happy birthday to Akmorn.
You also thanked them for the use of the roof.
I thanked them because for anyone who hasn't paid attention, when we first moved to Gilgamesh, we did not have our own FC house. There was a shortage. So until that point, we used another FC's on the server's roof as our guild house, and we would always port back there and just chill on their roof. They tried kicking us off. It didn't work. So we did this for a few months until we finally got our own house, in which case we then named it after their roof. And to this day, it is still named after their roof. And when I went in person and met some of them last weekend, I thanked them for this. And when asked what I meant, someone asked, or like one of the members asked, "Oh, is that the people that like were chilling out on a roof?" It was like, yeah. So we are those people.
Yeah, you're welcome. We made your roof like 80% cooler.
And brought property values down enough that we could buy our own.
Win-win.
It worked out for us in the end, honestly.
Squatters. Yeah.
They ended up. They had to move to another. They had to move to another whole other fucking continent.
Like you're not following the HOA rules. Sorry, you got to get out.
No, our ward, Surrey, does not have an HOA. You have to go a few wards over. There's a very prominent HOA. They're all lavender.
Yeah.
Wait. That's really a thing?
Yeah, we know. All right, so Emmy from Musecast, her house, Scoot's house, and the whole ward, she made everybody dye their roofs pink, lavender.
Oh.
Very strict HOA over there.
Very strict.
How do you make people do that?
You go up to them and ask them, and then probably give them the guild to do it, so they can go do it.
Oh.
Or supply them with.
And you can't say no to Emmy.
Yeah, you really can't.
I don't know.
Emmy's the best.
Emmy's like a marshmallow. If that marshmallow somehow had like a demon inside it. Like you don't like, you're like, it's still nice, and you probably think that's the best marshmallow, but you're like also at the same time like, I wonder if that marshmallow could kill me if I turned it back.
I mean, if you get a marshmallow hot enough, it probably will burn the fuck out of you.
See?
It's hard to get off, so you know.
Yeah. It's like napalm. It's food napalm.
It is. I like that analogy.
Have you ever seen
So I'm not sure if I should tell Emmy that you called her napalm, a marshmallow, or hot.
How about both?
Oh, I'll be
A
murdered.
hot napalm marshmallow.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be murdered.
We would never see you again. Like, where's Flatus?
What happened to Flatus?
Love you, Emmy.
It was hours last time I looked.
So 2.0. How much do you know about 2.0?
Now for something completely different.
There we go. Just blow up.
Blow that up.
Blow that up. So, do you know anything from 1.0? Like the very first time Final Fantasy XIV launched, the reckoning before the fall, as we like to say.
Before the who?
All right. The fall, like fall.
Nope. What fell?
The moon.
Literally the moon.
Oh.
All right, I'm
No.
gonna send you a video that you can watch.
Fuck, send me that video.
All
It's
right.
too long to play on the stream, otherwise I would.
Oh, true. Yeah, you should watch that video. That's dope.
There is a video of what happened. So
Hold on a second.
for those
Wait.
unfamiliar, 1.0 is a horrific failure of a game. The devs have acknowledged this. The devs do not talk about 1.0, except in bringing up the fact that it was a horrific failure. Even during the Eorzean Symphony this past week, they did mention that 1.0 launched, and then they took over for 2.0, which did significantly better. 1.0 had its fair share of bugs and issues and story and whatever, but the way that they ended 1.0, I think, is one of my favorite stories in any game that I've played so far. What they did was, when they decided that they were going to bring down the servers and basically shut down the game for a bit so that they could redo it for the relaunch for A Realm Reborn. And when they did this, they had storylines and quest lines kind of bringing the end of the world together. So players actually had to go out and do quests to help try to save the world. They were trying to raise factions, do summon gods, and try to protect everything. All of this eventually culminated at the Battle of Cartno that had a whole bunch of massive, constant spawning waves of enemies. Everything was dying. Shit was flying around. It was hell. And then all of a sudden, the entire game just stopped, and they played a cutscene. And every single player saw this cutscene, and at the end of the cutscene, the servers went dead, and they just said, "We'll see you when we come out with the next version."
Yep. So imagine
it's pretty gangster.
It is pretty gangster.
Yes.
Imagine playing and see all of a sudden you're in the middle of this, about to start this great massive war, and you're staring at this moon lingering, and all of a sudden it busts open and fucking Bahamut, the end dragon, pops out and ends your fucking life. Because that is exactly what happened right before A Realm Reborn. 2.0 launches 5 years after the Battle of Cartno. You are being pulled in on a wagon. In front of you, two twins, dozing off and sleeping, and you're chilling, having a good old time.
We'll watch this video that I linked in our chat after the stream, but I will link the video in Twitch for those who are interested in watching it.
Yeah, by the way. Siren Song 1.0 Collector's Edition holder. Raise hand.
But yes, we will watch this after the stream, because I really want you to see this so you know what you're missing out on.
Yeah, okay. I'm surprised you didn't watch the intro video to A Realm Reborn. It's like that intro video is the start of A Realm Reborn.
Side note, I got to see Susan Calloway sing Answers and Dragon Song, and my life is complete.
Yes, and by the way, the woman who sings the intro songs to all 3 expansions is phenomenal, and we've seen her live at the Fan Fest, and she's phenomenal. Awesome. She can sing.
Yes. Yes, she can.
So you come into whatever grand company based on your class you picked. For you, it was Archer. So you started off in Gridania. For me, it was Paladin. I started off in Ul'dah. Listen, man. I didn't have a choice yet. And Paladin pissed me off.
You chose wrong.
I should have picked Warrior. I probably would have liked it a hell of a lot more.
You should have picked Warrior, actually.
Fucking hell. Anyway, and then
what did I pick?
Initially, you were Bard, so you started off in Gridania, but then you switched over to White Mage, and then switched over to White Mage,
which also coincidentally would have started in Gridania.
But the story takes you through, and the first thing you do is you end up fighting. For us, it was I believe it's all the same, right? I believe everybody. For me, it was Nanamo. I had to go save. No,
we didn't know Nanamo until we got to 15 and had to go around the world.
You did. I think it's different. Is it? Am I remembering wrong? I'm not remembering wrong. I think I just did it.
Up to 15, we all had separate quest lines. Everything was different up until you hit 15. You do the quest to go around the world, and then everyone has the same quest. But up until that point, it's different.
Yes, but at a certain point, everybody touches a crystal.
Oh yeah, we touched a crystal.
Oh yeah, we touch a crystal. That crystal takes you to go speak to Heidelin, the mother, the god of Eorzea, and Mother Crystal, yeah. And she tells you, she's like, "Yo, you're a warrior of light," and you're like, "Fucking dope! All right, cool."
Well, is that
well, yes,
verbatim?
Because so have you ever seen the giant crystal that's on the thing
everywhere?
There's a giant ass blue crystal.
Always crystals in Final Fantasy games. Yes.
Well, yes, but that is literally our world and who speaks to us and who keeps our ass alive.
Mm-hmm. This is why we
Okay.
can't really die. We have the echo. We're gifted.
The echo, I don't think, is the dying thing, isn't it?
No, some I don't know.
The echo is
Fucking-
why we can view the past.
yeah, we get special speaky talk with the. We're kind of
We got special
Oh.
speaking talks.
yeah.
I like these
That's how
official terms.
Well, actually, if I'm speaking Goblin, yeah, Uplanders, Gobby Boom. Once you do Alexander, you'll understand Gobby Boom. Don't worry. That's
Why
another show.
Alexander?
Because I don't know. Because Alexander's mostly
Brayflox.
we don't get a whole.
Brayflox Longstop.
Do you think she remembers Brayflox? She doesn't even know. Do you remember the cheese
She
quest?
hasn't even.
Is English? What are you guys saying right now?
Let's take a step back.
All
Let's
right,
take a
let's
step.
go,
let's-
let's go
down.
head back to. Let's go head back to 15.
All right. So what we start to find out is that the beast tribes of the world are starting to use tempering or otherwise bring their gods into the world by collecting crystals, an energy source that they use to pray and bring their gods into the world. So the first god that you end up fighting is Ifrit. And once you do, that brings you a lot of attention to the other grand companies, and they send you out as their envoy. So you're like, hey, yo, go help, go check out these peoples. Let me know what's going down. You'll represent us. And at this point, this is actually where you get to pick your grand company. For me, it was Maelstrom.
Twin Adder.
Went at
I
it
switched
first.
to Maelstrom later, but.
Yeah.
And for those who are not familiar with tempering, it is the fancy term that they use, but basically, primals use mind control to keep everyone in line.
Mm-hmm. You know
And
those.
the way that you get a primal is you get some group of people to pray really, really, really hard. So really, when everyone does that whole thoughts and prayers thing, you should really be careful because you might summon another god. Just saying.
Holy shit. We just wrote the fucking Crucible's next fucking article. You're fucking welcome. Safe as Sephiroth and Bahamut. Fucking thoughts and prayers used to summon primals. God damn it.
Ah.
We'll never get credit. You know, I gave him the idea for the gun control one. Which I think almost got them in trouble. Anyway, so you go on. So you do start doing these quests, right? You start going on this quest to stop these primals from being summoned into the world because you really don't want them to be there. Because guess what? They will fuck shit up. And by the way, just so you don't know what a primal is, let's see if you can guess. Do you know what a primal is? Take a shot in the dark.
A boss? A boss fight?
Yes, but do you know
Okay,
which ones?
Okay. Name a primal.
Hmm.
You can't
Literally just said
name
one
of
2
them?
minutes ago.
You did.
Ooh, Ifrit? Is that one of them?
That is.
That is
Okay.
one of them. Yeah,
No,
Ifrit,
name another
Shiva.
I know Ifrit from other games.
Okay, can you name
Yeah.
another one?
They all have a very similar theme.
What's
Mhm.
the Bahamut?
Bahamut is a primal.
There we go. That
Yeah,
one.
Bahamut is a primal.
Trying to think of the other Final Fantasy games.
Think of all the
They're
ponies.
pretty prominent characters in Final Fantasy XIV as well. Like in A Realm Reborn, you specifically have Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Bahamut,
Mm-hmm.
Rama,
Yep.
Shiva,
Yes.
Leviathan.
Uh-huh.
Who am I missing here?
Mugamog.
Yeah, I guess King Mugamog is a primal. I mean, I guess we can technically classify Odin as well.
Mm-hmm. We could. In theory.
Is there someone else I'm missing? I lost
I don't know.
count.
I don't know. Siren? Oh, wait. I'm like, Siren, I look over, I'm like, wait, no, Siren's in Pharaoh Sirius. That's a Pharaoh Sirius boss, not a... No, I know what's going on. Anyway, so there are different beast tribes. So you have the Ixal who summon Garuda.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You have the goblin or the gobbies or the goblins who summon Titan. No, wait. Yes? No. No, the goblins don't. I take that back.
The goblins summoning things?
Yeah, they don't summon Titan, do they?
No, it's the kobolds that summon
The kobolds summon Titan, that's right.
The Ixali summon Garuda, the
Garuda,
kobolds summon Titan.
And the what are their names? Right, it's probably right in front of me too, and it's not even highlighted. I see Gaius Van Belsar. I see.
Gaius does not summon a primal.
No, he doesn't. Where? Really? Not one fucking.
Where is Ifrit?
Ifrit?
Oh, it's the Amalja.
That fucking crazy.
I was trying to think of which. It's Leviathan that's done by the. I can't remember what they're called. The fish people things.
They're down here, where it goes by path. Don't worry. Let's keep. Anyway, so your main antagonist for A Realm Reborn is Gaius Van Belsar.
Gaius lives.
Yeah, hashtag Gaius lives. Gaius Van Belsar is the dude with the gunblade. He's the one that's got Ultima weapon. You fight. Remember that long ass dungeon you went through where you fight the big robot? All right. Remember, I went to go try to kill it, and it stomped on us hard.
Big fight is Ultima.
Yeah, the one that like changes, like it does a bunch of shit.
Yeah, that's the one. That's Ultima.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Recently, he's come out with Ultima weapon Ultimate,
Ooh.
which is the fight.
Yeah.
Did we ever go back and do that? I
No.
had a question.
Ooh. We can't touch that one. That was just cleared first last week.
That's how to pronounce.
Yeah, that's about the sound that we make.
Yeah. All right.
So once you kill Ifrit, you go and everyone's like, hey, you're really, really awesome now. And all the grand companies are like, ooh, you're actually an important person and not like some dumb adventurer off on the side of the road. But the problem is that you also get the attention of the Asians. And if you're not familiar with the Asians, these are the big people with the hoods and they wear dark cloaks and they've got masks over their face and they're like the really evil people. Sometimes the mask is red, sometimes they're white.
Is that the one where their text is pink?
Yes. They have the black background with the red text on it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know. You want to know how fucking evil they are? They get fucking special text boxes.
Right, it's pink.
Yeah.
So you find out that they're a thing and that they're kind of coming after you as well, but you don't really know a whole lot about them. And to be honest, we're 3 expansions in and we still don't know a whole lot about them. However, we did defeat them in a fusion dance.
We did. Also, not yet for her. But I will say we do know one thing. They do have their own god opposite of Hydaelyn, where Hydaelyn is light. They have their own god, Zodiark, which is dark. So it's very much a warrior of light, warrior of
The Warriors of Darkness were kind of cool though, and then they kind of got redeemed a little bit, but that's after A Realm Reborn. We haven't touched that yet.
Not yet. So at the end of everything, of course you meet the Scions. I don't know if you probably know who the fuck they are. Minfili gives you a bunch of quests. She's the blonde lady and you meet Tataru. Remember Tataru? Fucking Tataru.
Tataru's the little potato.
The person.
I just met her.
Tataru is the 3rd best Scion.
Mm-hmm.
So
she's the one that literally keeps everything together and also gives them all their outfits.
It's true. She'll give you a she'll give you an outfit.
I literally just met that bitch in Heaven's Word.
No,
she's the 3rd best Scion.
I'm pretty sure I just met her.
No, you've met her a whole lot. She is the best.
I don't remember her. I remember the little fucking floaty flower thing.
The one that died when you were 45?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll go and touch on the sylphs later.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so
we're still at about level like 20 right now.
Yeah,
okay.
Actually, no, we're getting closer to 30 because after you start getting the stuff with the Scions and everything, and you run around a little bit in the desert, you eventually have to head over to Limsa Lominsa, and you get to chill with what's his face? That was the old pirate dude.
So wait, so the Scions, is that like a faction?
No, the Signs are a company of people that work with outside the grand companies.
Okay.
But they don't get.
They're like Interpol, but not lame.
All right.
I'm sure Interpol's fucking like loving us right now. You and I are on a fucking list.
I mean, like, but
Damn
if
it.
you go and you say like, "Hey, I'm part of the science," people are like, "Ooh." If you say, "Hey, I'm part of Interpol," probably like, "Oh shit, hide the."
Hide her, she sits.
She sits on things. Run.
Run.
Nanamo's
Interpol's here.
judging you.
No, I'm sure.
Oh.
Also, all right. So at that same point, you start to hang out with one particular sign, and like you get to know her pretty well. Her name's Justola. You spent you do. You spent a lot of time with Justola, especially from like 28 to like 35.
Is that the blonde chick?
Yeah, she's the cat.
The one with the terrible fucking voice actor?
No, Yestola.
No.
Yeah, you do. You get
Is she from that point? Because she's not part of the old dog group, the Limsa group, and you're usually in the Limsa area at that point.
But no,
That'd be Papamo and Ida.
Is it?
Yestola tackles the stuff over in Gridania.
All right. If you say so. Anyway, let's keep busting out. Let's keep busting. All right. So the Cobalt. All right. So next, you're gonna have to go defeat Garuda and investigate the Garlean Empire.
No,
No,
you missed one.
Where did I miss?
Before we hit any of that, Garuda, we have to go all the way out to Kaorthus Highlands first. But before we do Garuda, we've just finished Ifrit. We've gone through all the desert and stuff. You got to go and do the cheese quest.
Motherfucker, this goddamn.
This is where you go to the beach, and you're on the beach on this vacation, and then this dude's like, "Hey, you know what? Let's throw a party." And like, I'm an old warrior of light. I kicked all these people's asses. I'm super important. And then he's like, "Go and fetch this food."
I do remember that.
So you go and fetch the food. Then you come back. He's like, "Nah, I need more. Come get me this cheese." So you go and you get him his goddamn cheese by talking to the gobbies. And this is where you meet Brayflox. You go and do Brayflox's dungeon. You finally get that cheese. He's like, "Nah, screw it. Go get me some wine." So you get him his fucking wine. And then he gives it back and he's like, "You know what? Surprise, this party is for you." And at that point, you're just done with his shit. And you just want to
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that's also where Yustola comes into play. And also Yustola is like, why the fuck did you make us do this?
That's exactly, yes.
Yeah.
And then at that point, it's like, yeah, we're doing this party, but you know what? There's actually this primal over here named Titan, and Titan's got this rock hard body that you have to go and destroy.
Is that verbatim?
That pause kind of got me.
Listen, listen, unfortunately, he's so ripped that his dangle is like nearly dungled.
It's not there.
No, it's
Don't worry, you get intimately familiar with that part of him when you do the extreme mode.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't get under his booty, but
You should.
You do get under his booty.
I mean, I've been punted several times.
Mm-hmm.
By both of you guys, actually. I think you both have done the honors.
Have I?
Mm-hmm.
Have I?
Yes. Last time we did it, you fucking punted me off the edge. I got punted off because you.
Listen, I don't.
And then the time before that was Shin.
Don't blame us when you fall off the edge.
Yeah.
I didn't fall. I got punted. He fucking kicked me like a football.
Just because
you'll soon learn the edge. The edge is calling tonight.
We're both trying
to we're going to that joke. I knew.
Oh.
So anyway, once you defeat Titan and he's like crumbles, everything's like cool, chill, not a whole lot to hear. But then some shit starts going down, and you're like, well, you know what? Let's go into snow because we've dealt with the desert and the beach and everything. We should go into the middle of snow for a while because it's cold. So you head over to Kaorthus, which is now freezing cold and no longer the lush paradise that it used to be in 1.0. But things are going bad, and you kind of start hearing about things like Ishgard, which is the super, super religious sect that hates anyone that doesn't follow their beliefs. And you're a heretic because, you don't follow their beliefs.
But
everyone hates you.
You do meet one person.
Yes, you meet your soul benefactor, and depending on and the language that you're listening in, potentially really, really creepy dude. Harshapomp.
Is he creepy though?
Oh, in some of the tech, yeah, I think it was Japanese. He ends up being like, he really comes on to you.
Yeah, but I don't think it was out of a creepy nature. I think it was more of like he digs you sort of nature.
Yeah, it's more creepy in that if you translated it into, and this is why they didn't translate it the same way when they translated it to other languages, because it would come off kind of creepy.
In Japanese, it made sense, but in like
Yes, it was more of a cultural difference, I think.
Yeah,
that they did. Because some guy starts coming onto your character, regardless of gender. Like he likes your character, whoever he is.
But a lot of people found that translation and said, "Why wasn't it in the game?" And like I think they went back and apologized. Like we could have probably written it into the game in a way that made sense.
Yes.
So they did apologize for that.
Who is this guy?
Harshafont.
Harshafont.
I gotta Google this.
He's an Elzen. He is like the saint of all of this, and he does no wrong. Mm-hmm. Except he decides to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But anyways, that's more in Heaven's Word story.
He's a pure...
he needs a guy who needs some sleep. He got some dark circles under his eyes. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
He doesn't need sleep anymore.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway. Oh boy.
So the Ixali go and they summon Garuda, and you have to run around in the snow, dealing with all of these people that hate you because you're heretic and you don't follow the one true God, praise Helone, and you need to actually like go and eventually deal with this Garuda person. And Garuda's she's a primal of the wind, so she of course has this giant ass hurricane that's surrounding her that you can't get through. So the first thing you need to do is we missed that one we were over talking about before all of this. Before you get into the snowland, you meet up with this old dude who's lost his memory.
Yeah. He's cool as shit, though.
He is.
And you bring him some stuff to help him jog his memory. And you find out that his name is... Ready? Anybody? Somebody? Sid Garland. Big old Papa Bear.
Papa Sid.
Papa Sid with goggles, hammer, ready to roll. And Biggs and Wedge have been looking for him much long time. It's true. But you need to find his ship. So you end up running a dungeon that you find the... God damn it. It's the Enterprise, which is the name of his airship. So
in the snow.
What?
Yeah.
The Enterprise.
Yeah, he crashed it.
What, Star Trek here? What's happening?
A little bit. A little bit. He does make they do make that Star Trek reference, I think, when he first kicks it off. Yeah. I think he says engage at one point.
Oh, he definitely does.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he engaged. I
must have missed that.
You must have. Skipped that scene.
Must have been a cutscene.
must have been a cutscene. Clearly, you're like exit, escape, click next quest.
Escape, yes.
So eventually, you have to go and find this airship, and this is when you can start meeting with Harshafont and House Fortan, and you have to go and you have to make friends with the people that absolutely hate you, and then they start to like you and be like, hey, you know what? Heretics aren't all that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go and you have to punch through the hurricane with the airship because, Sid's amazing and can punch through hurricanes.
I mean, you had to get a piece to make it happen, but, once he got it in there, you could punch through anything. So once you get in there, you fight one of the sexiest gods. Garuda. She's a little crazy. She drank a little snake blood and went a little mad, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Just a little crazy. But once you quell her insanity, saying that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tomato, tomato.
Listen, it makes sense.
I mean,
so at this point,
you guys know more than I do.
Well, the good thing is that
I just
as soon as you quell that power, the Garlean's guy specifically lands with the ultimate weapon and consumes the power of all three primals, fueling the machine.
Well, he's like, yo, you just killed this giant ass primal. Here's my robot. My robot's gonna eat it now.
No.
And so his robot eats the one, and then after the robot eats his one, all of the creatures, all of the beast tribes there, you have not the Kojin. You have the kobolds, the Ixali, the
Majal?
what's the
Majal.
Amajal, yeah. You get all of these people, and they're all like freaking out, like, "Oh my god, this giant robot just ate the bird god," and they all freak out. So they're like, "We're gonna summon our own gods." And Gaius is just like, "That's what I wanted." So he got his robot to eat all of the gods.
I do remember that. I didn't skip that. I don't think it would let me.
And little did the people know that robot runs on god juice. So
That sounds
coincidentally, so does Kefka.
yeah.
What happened to the little Lala with the weird eye shield? Did we talk about that person? That little guy?
Wait, the one that it goes like this?
Yeah.
No, we haven't gotten to him yet because we haven't talked a lot about.
Did he come? Did he come before all this?
It's not
an evil dick.
It's not Lolorito. It's
Lolorito. Yeah.
Well, it's Lolorito, and who's the other guy?
Yeah.
No, there's the other one. There's Lolorito and
not the one with the mustache.
Not the one with the mustache.
No, Lolorito's the one with the eye shield thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
He's the evil one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But we must fly. So let's keep going. So at this point, the Garlean assault cannot be ignored. We must go and make. So what we do is we go through all the grand companies and say, listen, we can't ignore this anymore. There's a fucking giant robot on God Juice powered up, and they're ready to fucking roll. So you have to. It's okay. Listen, it's rather my dog or your dog that was going to do it one dog. So
all right, I mean, if you guys want to hear
it. All right, maybe mute.
Yeah.
So you have to punch through and break into God, what the hell's the name of that dungeon? That big ass dungeon.
Castrum
Meridia? Castrum
Meridian.
Yeah, Castrum Meridian, and it's like a 45 to an hour long dungeon. You got two of those. You got to break through a security barrier. Then you got to break in, and then you break in and you end up going through a long dungeon full of cutscenes and story, and you end up finding a lot of different Garleans in the process. Notable ones are Nero.
Yeah, Nero's in that one.
Nero Tilscavia.
What's the Livia? Livia's also in that one.
Livia is also in there. Gaius.
Fight the giant robot. Nope, Gaius is not in this one.
Oh wait,
Gaius is in the second one.
Is that the one about the elevators?
No, I'm sorry. Nero's in the second one. Is Nero in the first one?
Nero's in the second one. The first one that you go through is the one where you come in and you're assaulting this fortress, and there's all these gates and alarms going off, and you have to run in, and all these robots start attacking you, and there's giant ass robots, and you can go and touch cannons and use the cannons to blow up the robots. It's actually a really interesting dungeon.
Yeah. Normally I don't get to touch the cannons.
Livia's the end boss of that one.
I get to hold all the mobs in front of the cannons and let people shoot cannons all over me and the bad guys.
I do remember doing that. I don't remember knowing like what the fuck was going on because everyone was just blowing through it, and I was like, okay.
Essentially, you're breaking down their security forces so you can break into their what would you call it? Their castrum. It's kind of like their
castrum. Yeah, it's the stronghold of the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you do that so you can break into their stronghold. Then you break into their damn stronghold.
Well, no, so this one is just distracting them. We actually, when we go and do the next one, it's a different area.
It is.
We are the side force going to distract things so that the rest of the army can go and wreak havoc. And this is where we find out that the Asians are actually involved with all of this, because really they're behind pretty much everything.
Specifically, a name that comes up often is La Habrea.
La Habrea is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's very satisfying.
But we'll keep going. We break into their castrum. We end up going. That's the one with all the elevators, and you get to ride on the Stompy Stomp robot. And what? What? What am I forgetting? We break into the castrum.
Come here.
Castrum was the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
oh no, Castrum is the third phase. Castrum is the end one.
Yeah.
But before that, we get to figure out who the Asian is currently possessing, because they possess people.
Oh yeah, it's they're possessing Thancred. Thancred is the sneaky one of the Scions. Also the ladies' man, aka the smooth motherfucker.
AKA the squirrel dude.
Yeah, Nutkin guy.
Nut?
Nutkin.
Oh,
You'll learn.
the thing you got?
You'll figure it.
Squirrel.
Yeah, the thing I got. I got a Nutkin. Anyway, yeah. So Asians can they can possess people, which ain't good. BT dubs. Keep that in mind. Lock that
You
little
don't
fucking
say.
lock that note away because it'll keep happening. Anyway, so now we break into the fuck. Am I ready? Can I break into the cast room?
You can break into Castro.
Break into the cast room. There's a bunch of fucking elevators, all right, and a stompy stomp robot that you jump into and go stomp 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 around. Specifically, the good news is you end up going through a various smorgasbord of bosses, and it's a long cutscene, long thing. You probably skipped all of it if you could. I don't think you could though. I don't think you can skip those cutscenes anymore.
Now you
So-
can, but depends on when you did it.
Yeah, it depends on when you did it. So you might have not been able to skip those cutscenes. You're muted.
Long fucking elevator ride at the end because I really tried.
Oh yeah, then no, you didn't. Yeah, you couldn't. So you had to watch it. So I'm assuming you saw it all, or you probably weren't paying attention. You probably fucking was checking your phone.
I might have walked away from my
Hey, motherfucker. All right. All right. So you end up. You okay? You start to fight some notable Garleans, including Nero Tolskavia. Nero will be coming back, and pay attention. His character is phenomenal. Please, he's like, I don't know, Spike from Buffy. I guess.
He's now your friend.
Yeah, he's now
Who?
your friend. Nero.
Nero Toscada.
Yeah, he hangs. He'll be hanging out. He'll hang out with Papa Sid.
Yeah, he's Sid's bro.
Yeah,
Except they hate each other, but they're friends.
yeah. It's like Angel and Spike. Fucking Buffy.
I don't think I've seen this guy yet. Have
Shit,
I?
you're right.
Yes, you have.
And he looks like Angel
Have
too.
I?
Yes.
No, sorry, he looks like Spike.
He does look like Spike. Also,
I don't think I've seen this guy yet.
you
You've
have.
definitely seen Nero.
If you
So,
you
so to
if
be
you-
fair, when you saw him, he was in full red armor.
yes, but the other time you saw him, which was during the Crystal Tower series, which I know you skipped all those scenes as well. He's also in there.
Wait,
I mean, I'm
did
looking-
World of Darkness?
I'm looking right now at these.
She did.
pictures
She did
and-
do. She did do World of Darkness. She probably
Oh.
skipped all those cutscenes, so you don't know who the hell he is.
What's
But
World of Darkness?
it's the last raid
a
we
raid.
did in the.
By the
Remember?
Oh, the
giant
most
lady.
recent one.
Yeah, the lady
No,
that
the-
wanted. Yeah,
oldest one.
no, the oldest one. The lady that wanted. Well, for her, it's recent.
Well, yeah. I mean, we just did it to me.
The last one was like a giant ass lady who had massive hair and shot laser beams.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's World of
Yeah,
Darkness.
of course,
Actually,
it's
sorry,
the
that's
controllers.
Cloud of Darkness.
Of course, it's the controllers. All caps. Oh my god, it is like Spike.
It is. Nero is Spike.
Hero is Spike. Yeah, that's why you
I
should.
don't remember.
This is why you should fucking hang out
That,
with us.
that makes the Warrior of Darkness Buffy.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. It's all just fanfic. Anyway, you go in. You go in. You defeat Gaius. You defeat his fucking robot. And then,
Well, no.
What
You defeat
happened?
Gaius. Oh,
yes,
you
Gaius
defeat
robot.
the robot the first time.
Oh, that's right. You defeat robot, then you defeat Gaius, and you defeat robot again.
No, you defeat the robot, and then La Brea comes out and says, "You know what? Fuck all this. We're going to make Ultima cast Ultima." And when Ultima casts Ultima, the whole place just explodes.
That's right.
There's
He-
fire and shit everywhere,
he
and
blows-
the whole area just gets destroyed.
Yeah, that's why the scene changes from like a normal castrum to fucking burning pile of bullshit. Then you get to fight an Asian. Which,
Then you get to fight La Brea
yeah,
the first time.
the first time. But the first time you fight him, and so we
Well,
can.
Going back to Ultima, when you first fight Ultima, you're like trying to defeat him, and Ultima's like, "Ha, nope, I'm super powerful. You can't do anything." And then you hear it. And in the background, Heidelin's just like, "Yo, here's some power," and suddenly everything goes bright, and then you're like super powered, and you get to start beating on Ultima.
Mhm.
And then we go and start fighting La Brea, and he's all pissed off because he's like, "Heidelin loves you, and she doesn't love me, and I need help."
It's not my fault. Fucking Zodiac doesn't listen to your ass. It's okay. It's fine. Listen,
And then you go and this is still possessing Thancred at this point. You finally defeat him and kick him out of Thancred's body because, you know, we kind of like Thancred.
yeah. All right.
Wait,
Thancred.
Thancred, Nutkin dude.
Nutkin dude. Sneaky guy from the Scions. White hair. Daggers.
Not Alphino.
Not Alphino.
He is not sneaky guy.
Yeah.
how do you spell his name?
Thancred?
Thancred? Thancred.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. So once that's all done, listen, Shin, we're gonna fucking hustle. All right.
Yeah, we gotta go.
gotta go fast. All right. So after you defeat that, you go back. You bust out of the fucking castrum because it's about to blow. Right. So
Pretty boy.
all right. Sid Stompy Robot recognizes you as a friend, and you jump into it, and he's like, "Let's go!" And you fucking stomp your ass out of there. You rescue Minfilia, blonde lady that gives you a lot of direction from the Scions.
Number one.
Yes.
The one
Rescue
with
attempt.
The one
Yeah.
with the bad voice acting.
Yes.
One of
Okay.
them. The voice acting changes in 2.0,
Too much better.
3.0.
But hers was
I
still
think it's much better.
Don't
She's the
worry.
reason I started skipping cutscenes.
Don't worry.
Watch it. They got better.
They do get
I'm
better,
trying.
including her voice actor change. By the way, everybody's voice actor changed in 2.0. Everybody.
And eventually her voice actor isn't needed. So anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Anyway, all right. So, boom, you're free. Everything's done. All the grand companies are waiting. They said, "Yay, it's a victory. We beat Anassian and we beat the Garleans back." And so Minfilia, the Ascended of the Scions, declaring that the 7th Astral Era has begun. We've just come out of the 6th Umbral Era, so now we're in the Astral Era, which means there's light and dark. So, like, there's different eras. So we're in the 7th Astral.
That's when I was like trying to get to Heavensward, right?
That's the end. So this is the first time that, you know what, the base game is done. Everything's done. All the people are happy. There's a big celebration. Everyone's cheering and the credits roll.
The first time.
And then
I
I definitely skipped a lot during this part.
So this is where we're gonna fucking hustle. So
we're between the 2.0 A Realm Reborn's launch, and now we're into the 2.x, 2.1 through 2.5, 2.55, I think, period of time, which is leading up to Heavensward. It's the intermediary period. Same thing that we're currently doing in Stormblood.
Yeah. So what's happening is now the Astral Era has begun. The Ultimate Weapon's done. Operation Archon and the Scions, once stood and clandestine organization, now has the grand companies. So it's a time to rejoice, right? Everything's going on, except in Gridania, there's been murmurs of some Moogles doing some shit. And you gotta go over and they're like, what's going on? And they're like, well, there's a King Moogle. You might want to go take care of that. And come to find out, Great King Moogle Mog has been summoned, and you got to kind of deal with it. And apparently, you got to defeat King Moogle Mog and his Mog Guard. And it's one fight that has one of the greatest songs in the world. Sounds a little bit like This Is Halloween.
It's basically Nightmare Before Christmas with Moogles.
I did that with you guys the first time, right? Because I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Actually, nobody did.
No one does.
No one never does.
Because I was like, who do I hit first? I'm pretty sure everyone was
Everyone.
like, whoever. Okay. I didn't
All
want
right.
to kill Moogles.
So
We
we
will
also
eventually.
we have to come. Also, we have to come to find out that we have to move from where the Scions are located. People know where the Scions are located. It's not going
A little
great.
bit too much political. We can't stay in Ul'dah anymore. We got to move to the middle of nowhere, Mordona.
Yep. And Minfilia is contacted when packing away Tube Samadhi, which is the staff of Louis Swa. He's from 1.0. He's the one that essentially saved anybody that was in 1.0. And
He's the old dude that saved everyone in the cutscene that we're going to watch after the show.
he's the grandfather to Alphino and Alice, the twins that you saw in your cart when you were coming into town.
Basically, kind of the most badass character that we never get to meet because he's dead.
Mm-hmm. Homeboy fucking summoned Phoenix right out of his chest.
Okay.
He also kind of almost completely sealed Dalam up by himself.
Mm-hmm.
We'll watch the cutscene after.
Okay, because yeah.
It makes much more sense when you watch the cutscene.
Totally lost.
He had a staff. He was a badass.
So
Okay.
we head to Mordona, and at this point, we kind of find out who Minfilia's mother was, or her adopted mother. So we go and find her and be like, hey, you know what? We have your adopted daughter. You guys should get together and chill, because she thinks you're dead. So we brought them together, and now she actually takes care of our hideout there. The bar, mostly.
In Mordana, right?
In Mordona, yes.
Okay.
Which up until the end of Heavensward is basically like the home base for the Scions. Actually, no, it's still the home base for the Scions, but the home base for players as well. Once you move into Heavensward, you get to Ishgard for a while, and eventually towards the end you get to Idleshire, which is the Mordona of Heavensward. But so then after you defeat Good King Wugalmong.
Mm-hmm. Oh, me?
I could also explain this, but
Yeah. Wanna go ahead and then what the hell are you?
Sure. So once we defeat King Wugalmong and we get the staff here, Tupsamati, we know about that, and then she comes into contact with this new Ascian who has a white mask, not a white mask, a white robe. Up until this point, not Thancred, La Brea and all the Ascians that we've seen all have black robes, red mask. Very, very evil looking. However, this one is in a completely white robe with a red mask. We find out this Ascian's named Elidibus, and he calls himself the Emissary. And he's kind of playing it a little bit differently from his Ascians. So this is when we start learning about Ascian politics. There's different factions within the Ascians, and some of them are trying to just kind of keep a balance between light and dark going. So while La Brea is being very, very evil, kind of, he's destroying things and trying to make all hell break loose, Elidibus is playing it a little bit more closer to that balance. So it gives a little bit of help every now and then. Minfilia says, no, I don't want to deal with you at all because, I think you're an asshole. So, yes, she tries to attack him and gets stunned because she doesn't do a whole lot. And that's when you kind of break into the room, and the Ascian's gone at this point, but she's just kind of frozen there, and then she's like, oh, yeah, and then tells you all about all of this, and everyone's like, oh, shit, there's more Ascians. What the hell are we going to do? So we don't know anything about this, and that's when Urianger comes out and be like, yo, I know about Ascians. For reasons that we'll find out later, and I also hate him. But on top of all of this, you've seen some of these Scions, and a lot of them have a little tattoo on their necks. Thancred has one of these, Ystrola has one, Urianger has one. I don't think Elfino has one, or Alize. Minfilia has one.
If they do, it's hidden.
If they do, it's not. Yeah, it's not prominent on them. There is this sort of like purple reddish tattoo that they all have on them somewhere, and this marks them as a student of Baldesium.
Yes.
Basically, they're all from Charlemagne, and they all studied at this really powerful school. And they know a lot. So Urianger comes in and starts talking about the Ascians and stuff, and they're like, oh shit, we've lost contact with his entire massive school. Basically, the source of all important knowledge in the entire realm, and now you can't talk to them at all because for some reason they've just gone radio silent.
They just went Hogwarts. They went, boop, can't see him on the map.
Something bad happened.
Yeah. So, get there. In all the midst of all this, we're also moving base to the Rising Stones, where Mordona is located. We find that that's a little bit nicer of an area. Also, it gives us a teleportation to them, so we don't have to fucking teleport a town over and ride up. Urianger sticks to the old spot. That's where he'll always kind of hang out, watching their old location. Yeah, fucking Sinead. And we'll go on from there. So we hit 2.2 through the Maelstrom. The Garlean Empire is in a moment of strife. The second invasion of Eorzea, a battle secession. And of course, the kingdom, we get to meet a group of people from the kingdom of Doma looking for salvation. Their area has been under attack, and the people have escaped due to control of Garleans, and they're looking for a place to stay.
Dalits and refugees.
Yep. You get to meet Yugiria. She's a hooded ninja with horns and a tail. Purple horns and a tail. You don't see her face. You don't know what she looks like yet. All you know, she's hooded.
That's where that bitch came from?
Yeah. That's where that
Because I watched a cutscene last night. I was like, who the fuck is this bitch? Where did she come from?
Yeah.
You don't really pay attention to Yugiri because 1, she's badass, and 2, she's really, really important now.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
also, unfortunately, her awesome voice actor passed away last year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, due to a murder, which is really sad. That sucks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It's sad.
And the show's reached a new low.
Yeah.
Way to bring it down.
Yeah.
All right, well, now I know where she came from.
All right, so anyway, the science assists Yugiri and help her get an audience with the leaders of the alliances. And
Teleji Adeleji, that's his name.
Teleji. Fucking Teleji.
This is where we get into Teleji Adeleji.
This is where we start to get a little bit of the Game of Thrones of it all. Like, we're starting to get the politics. So they go to all the grand companies, and nobody really can take them in because they all have limited supplies. They don't really need any more people. They don't have space to hold them up. Ul'dah was normally the place where people can go, but they've already taken in the people from Alamigo. So they can't really take anybody else. The idea comes up that Mordona is starting to build up and trying to make itself as a city that can be lived in and strived for. So they make the plan to go to Mordona and say, hey, we can offer to help, build up your city, help you hunt and gather goods and offer our services if you let us live here. And they kind of struck the deal. We'll take on your refugees and we'll give you a place to stay, and we'll trade work and for shelter. And they do so. And Mordona becomes your central hub from here on out, and as each patch comes out, your hub changes. It grew. It went from like a nothing to a something by the end of the game, or at least A Realm Reborn, to what it is now. And that physically changed.
I don't think it changed.
No, it did. You don't see. No, not for you, because by the time all the patches came out, it fits. Like, if you were playing during that time,
gotcha.
It went from like there's nothing here. There's no a lot of the tents and stuff weren't even there yet. There was like little stuff.
It'll be the same thing when you get to Idleshire and Heavensward. You'll see this huge, massive area with buildings everywhere. Yeah, that wasn't a thing when we first moved in.
Yeah,
gotcha.
There was nothing there.
I didn't know if it was like instanced per character or...
No,
gotcha.
It changes for the patches. Meanwhile, the Ascians are spurring the Sahagin, which are the fish people, to summon their god Leviathan, and with promises of immortality. And who the fuck doesn't want that? So of course we have to go to Merlweb and say, yo, we gotta stop that shit now. Merlweb, by the way, is the leader of the Grand Company of the Maelstrom, us, and and she's the boss ass bitch. All right, she rolls in there, guns she doesn't take shit. She went in there herself, said guns ablazing, and she starts shooting Sahagin, trying to put an end to it, summoning from their god. But with the help, they do it anyway. They still get it off at the last second, even with the shot to death from her gun.
I think I remember that vaguely.
You probably it's a dope cutscene. It is really cool because there's fucking Yugiri doing ninja moves and Thancred's doing fucking.
I remember that one final gunshot. I don't remember the rest of it, but
also in this patch, I will note that this is the patch where the ninja job was released. So this is where we got Rogue and Ninja. So
Naruto was born.
Yeah, Naruto was born.
So the other awesome thing with this is that you go and you need to fight Leviathan, but Leviathan's in the middle of the ocean, and I don't know about you, but it's really hard to walk on water.
No, I have no problem.
She comes up with this brilliant idea to be like, hey, we got 2 big, massive ships. Let's tie them together, and then you can fight on that.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
She takes 2 of her biggest ships, ties them together, and sends you out on them, and that's what you fight on.
Is that the one I did with y'all too?
That's the giant snake Leviathan.
The water noodle. The water noodle comes out. Yeah.
Noodle.
The one where you fell off the platform and then fell into the ocean.
Yes. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah,
Like
he's
Titan, where you got knocked off of the platform and
Yeah.
died. There's a
Yeah.
Wow,
pattern
being
here.
short sucks.
It's nothing to do
yeah,
with being short.
yeah, that's it.
Shh.
I can't see, so I die.
That's right. I can't see. Can't see.
I can't see
So-
over my legs. So
We also
short.
find out at this point what happened to the Isle of Val, which is the students of Falsettian that we were talking with, that disappeared, and the whole island just disappeared. It's vanished. It's gone. We have no idea what happened with it. Coincidentally, we found out recently what happened to it, but that's a different story.
All right, and then of course, like we already mentioned, the Doman's refugees find a home in Revenant's Toll, which aka Mordona, and that is the end of 2.2. We break into 2.3. Alphino is frustrated with the selfish action of the Grand Companies in the wake of the supposedly united Eorzea, and he takes it upon himself to form a brand new Grand Company known as the Crystal Braves. And you know, he's young. He's full of piss and vinegar. The guy's he's got big ideas. You know, his
It's like we have the Maelstrom, the Twin Adders, and the Immortal Flames. You know what? Let's make something that's completely independent of all of the cities, and we'll have our own police force.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Listen, when your granddad's fucking Louis Swa, you're like, I gotta fucking step up. You know, let me make a fucking grand company called the Crystal Braves, and I'll
Let's
hire.
point out he's 16.
Yeah. And he
Needs a
may
haircut.
and he may have created a Yestola figure that was anatomically correct. So no.
So then you go around to all these places, throwbacks to way back when you were in Gridania, when you were in Limsa Minsa, when you were in Ul'dah, and all of these characters that you met, and you go and you talk to them, and it's like, hey, you want to join my cult? I mean, the Crystal
I remember
Braves?
that part.
And you get to go and recruit all these people, and they're like, yeah, you know what, you're kind of cool. Let's, I'll come work with you guys.
Yeah.
So then
Frustrated.
you find out that because of some of the stuff that's been going on, there's starting to be riots in Ul'dah, and this is when Robon and Nanamo kind of become a lot more important, and there's a lot more riots with the refugees, and you kind of see that there's some strings being pulled in the background, and there's some heavy finger pointing at Teleji Adeleji, because, you know, Lalafell.
And at this time,
Is that the mustache? Is that mustache?
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
that's mustache. At this point as well, Teleji Adeleji is Teleji fucking Christ. I'm just gonna say
Teleji Adeleji.
Fucking Christ. Anyway, he's at this point found that there is another ultimate weapon, and it's by the name of Omega. And it's out in the Cartano Flats. He knows it exists, and he's trying to get his hands on it, which isn't a great thing.
Don't do it.
Yeah, Robon, he's the big...
That's Barrett. That's Barrett, right?
No, he's not Barrett. He's middle...
I mean-
Robon is the mount.
Yeah.
It's where Nanamo sits.
Sits. It's where she sits. You ever seen that gif of a hamster eating a fucking banana? Oh shit, I broke Shin.
I want to see someone Photoshop that and send it to Emmy.
Just fucking Sultana eating a banana. All right. Anybody here really good at fucking
See, I don't even
Photoshop?
remember seeing the little pink-haired Lalafell before.
She's the only one. She runs fucking Ul'dah.
I literally never saw her until just recently, whenever Barrett went and woke her up.
It's not Barrett, it's Robon. By the way, he's not black.
It's Barrett. That's
he's middle.
Barrett.
He's Middle Eastern.
I mean, he's
Uh-huh.
close enough.
Let's keep the racism to a low.
Apart from he is one of the most important characters we have here. Yeah, they found out that there's this giant ass weapon thing in the middle of Cartano Flats that he really, really wants and really shouldn't have.
Mhm.
So they both think that he pushes this bill through in the whatever royal system that they have in Ul'dah, and they think that he's trying to take stuff for himself, which he kind of is. But so then, after all this time, we're all in Ul'dah, and everyone's like, "Yeah, all this bad shit's going down." Over off in the forest, the fairies are playing, and the sylphs, who we briefly talked about earlier, decided, you know what, things aren't bad enough in the world. Let's summon a lightning god. So you
fuck that
summon
fight.
the one with the most epic beard. And sorry, Flatus, I'm pretty sure Rama beats you in the beard game.
I mean,
Fuck that.
Can't touch that beard.
It's
So
true.
you find out that there's people that were trying to attack the sylphs. They went and summoned their god, who was actually pretty reasonable. And he's like, you know what? I'll fight you. If you kick my ass, then you know what? I'll go away and we're chill. So you go and you kick his ass. And you talk to Urianger, unfortunately. And then he's like, yep, you know what? You're pretty cool. Keep everything chill here.
Yeah. He also wants to point out that he's discovered that Asians are quasi-immortal. So
Before we thought they were immortal, so quasi-immortal is an improvement.
yeah, that actually I may be quasi-immortal. So who the fuck
Yeah.
knows?
That was the name of my band.
Yeah, is it? I played bass.
Who the fuck knows?
Quasi-immortal. We were a ska band. I played bass in quasi-immortal. Pick it up.
Did this go skanking?
Yeah, we had yeah.
Yeah.
I opened up for fucking Mustard Plug back.
So this is where we find out that there's this weird connection between the plane where the Asians kind of live and the physical world, and primals are ethereal beings, so they kind of have, but they need these crystals that we always have when they get summoned in order to sustain their form. If they don't have enough of these crystals, they'll disappear. Asians, however, aren't like this. They have their own like energy backing they have. However, it's possible that when you kill an Asian, that you can somehow redirect this energy from going back to its original plane of origin into something else, so that they now become trapped within this other thing and are no longer able to like go back home and regenerate and come back alive. So it is theoretically possible to kill an Asian at this point.
It's kind of like the Ghostbusters trap. Like, I ain't afraid
Who
no
do you
ghosts.
recall?
Yeah, Warrior of Light. That's true. That is true.
So then we're really cutting close here. Then we head into 2.4, Dreams of Ice. Really awesome patch for this one. This is where we get to find out the Frozen Lady. So basically,
Were you waiting for her to answer? Because she didn't. Do you not know her name?
I wasn't waiting.
Frozen Lady.
Oh,
What's her name?
I mean, I know she gave me a pony.
she did. She's also a really important character.
That's
Also a
that
really
blonde
awesome
chick.
character.
She turns into her.
No.
Yeah.
No?
No. Yeah.
No?
White
Am I thinking
hair.
of the wrong one?
No. You're
Just
right
That's
hair.
what I meant. White hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not blonde.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
Right track. I
White.
mean, still turned into her. I mean, I'll give it to her.
Yeah.
It's not that
Somebody
nitpick.
turns into her. Damn it.
So you remember the Crystal Braves that Alfie decided to create because it's a brilliant idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah. We talked about them a few minutes ago.
Right.
Anyways, we found out that there's a Garlean spy in the middle of all of these because, bad things. So we take the brilliant idea. We're going to talk to Alfie's most trusted person, the second in command of the Crystal Braves, Ilberd. And we're going to take some of the Domans and use their special skills of like being ninjas and stealthy to go and find out who this spy is. So we find this, and it's the Flame Marshal, the right hand of Raban. So our most trusted ally, Ilberd,
For that.
could do no wrong. Finds out that the ally of Raban is a spy. So, we kick her out.
Mm-hmm.
And a whole bunch of shit goes down, and there's a whole bunch of like new people, and we find out that the Garleans were all crazy because we killed Gaius earlier, and they need someone to lead the Garleans. So now we found out that it's Varys Zoskalvas who is the new emperor, which really isn't terribly important, but eventually will be.
Yeah. Also,
Then we
Aiden's hair.
decide that we're
None of this.
going back to the frozen wasteland of the middle of nowhere, and we get to find Sir Emmerich. And Emmerich is...
He's a handsome elf with the dark hair, wears blue. He's good looking. A lot of ladies like him.
basically
Was
the
he-
best thing ever
like in-
coming out of
Like as
Ishgard.
soon as you go into the right.
Listen, Ishgard may be cold, but Emmerich is hot.
I think I know who you're talking about. I think I went and danced on his lap a couple of times.
Susan Sprinkle chat.
to.
Chat. So dreamy.
So he's like, hey, you know what? I heard the Scions need help, and I'm not a complete douche like the rest of Ishgard. So, yeah, we have this person named Lady Iceheart that, is causing us trouble. We should, do something about her.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out that she decides that she wants to summon Shiva, and then it's going to come into this whole thing about a romance between a lady and a dragon, and then there's this
there's
whole
a
war
romance?
thing that's going on. Oh yeah, there's a whole romance thing.
They were in love. I skipped all that.
Yeah,
Oh my
Dragon
god,
Song is one of my favorite songs, and it's all about that.
it is. And remember when I took you to the top of that one tower where you could blow the horn to talk to that one dragon?
Yeah.
That's who she was.
That's the dragon.
That's her lover.
Yeah.
How do they? Never mind. Okay.
Don't ask.
Don't
Just-
I'm not. Okay.
So she thinks that because Shiva is actually the person that fell in love with the dragon, or and way back when. So she's like, you know what? I'm the reincarnation of this Shiva person, and I can do all this. So she becomes a primal herself. Not terribly the smartest. She eventually learns her lesson, but she does this, and then you have to kind of take her down. So you go and you take her down.
But like before, she was helping, right?
No, so
No.
at this point, she's
No?
still kind of a
Oh,
dick.
that's after.
And yes, after you defeat
Okay.
her and put her in her place because she's doing some really, really stupid stuff, you kind of make her see the light of day, and she's like, oh yeah, maybe this isn't the right way, and then she becomes your friend.
Okay. Okay.
You just
And she
described
does
the
some
dominant and sub relations. She was.
Hey, I don't judge Izel and Estinian.
Einstein.
Yeah, Einstein.
Thank you.
So at the same time that all this is happening, Minfilia is back there being like, hey, we can kill Asians. I wonder, hey, let's contact my old friend Moonbrita.
Yo.
Nothing could ever go wrong about contacting someone right before patch 4.2.4.
Yeah.
So we call our old friend Moonbrita over from Charlayan, and she comes and she's like, hey, I can fix your stuff. And also, you know what? I know how to kill these people because I'm smart. So she builds this thing, and also Oriange has a crush on her.
And vice versa. She wants to slap that ass.
And she taunts him.
Oh, with it all the time.
Mercy
Like,
is the
oh
best.
yeah, she's up
She's
in there.
amazing.
Oh yeah, she's great.
So Moonbrita comes in and she's like, I got all the shit that'll help you destroy everyone. I've got everything. Just trust me. So she builds all this stuff. You go and you take care of Shiva, and she's like, does her thing. And then Hydaelyn reaches out and starts talking with her. But anyways, after you deal with all the heretics, and you can kind of push Ishgard off to the side for a while and ignore it until it comes back in your face. Everyone's like, what happened? What's this? What's this whole thing with the aura site that Moonbrita is coming and says that we can help kill people with? So, yeah, we have to go find this aura site. And so who has it? Only the mightiest dragon ever to live, who's not quite living anymore. But anyways, you have to go and fight Midgard Summer. So you have to climb up this giant tower around in circles, fighting all these little dragon stuff to fight this huge-ass dragon that's kind of a ghost. And then he brings little dragons that you have to summon, and you have to run around because it's a circle. And yeah.
Remember
The one we just did.
Remember? No, you did it right before.
Keeper of the Lake.
Keeper of the Lake. Remember when you went where you got your golden pony and it looked across the river? You saw. Remember I was explaining that big ship wrapped around with the dead dragon, and then behind it was Crystal Tower. That big dead dragon is Murdgarsimer, the father of dragons.
You got a little when you did the whole thing. You got a little minion that's him. That's a little tiny dragon that sits on your shoulder. He
Yeah.
appears
bridge?
every now and then.
The bridge fight?
No,
No.
No. Okay.
no, it's the big ghost dragon.
God damn it.
Ghost dragon.
He also cuts off your connection with
Hydaelyn.
Yeah.
You've collected all of these crystals that help you get more powerful with Hydaelyn, and he's like, "Ha! No, I'm taking all of those away."
You get no more. No. I'm your only friend now. So
after all of this, he gives you some more information about Ishgard and stuff, and then Amorek's just like, "Hey, thanks for your help. we'll be friends now with the Scions, even though the rest of Ishgard hates everyone. Like Amric's got this special connection with you, very special connection. And so between like the Scions and Amric and Haurchefant, you kind of got this like in on the whole Ishgard thing. You got some people that'll vouch for you to get into the city that hates your guts. And that leads us into Before the Fall, which, if you didn't notice, shit's gonna go bad soon.
Yeah. So, with that being said, we kick off with, of course, the fucking Crystal Braves. Ryle, in the Braves, is concerned that there's potential corruption within the ranks. Ilbred finally tracks down the Warrior Light, and exhausted and standing in a pool of blood, that was the Black Marketeer, and wanting to be done with it, he confiscates a dead man's crate and asks the warriors with delivering it. However, upon doing so, Crystal Braves remark that the shipment seems to be small, and Ryle is unconvinced that this could possibly be all of what it leaves to investigate. In other words, some fishy shit's going on, and Ryle thinks some shit's going down. Maybe it is Ilbred, but we'll touch on that. Of course, the Warrior Light's back and come back to the Mordona, so you can find Sir Amric, Lieutenant Lucia waiting, and there's a form that the Dragon's War has gone across the land, calling Dravanians to war. So this is the first time we get...
This is the Midgard Summer stuff.
Yeah, this is the Midgard Summer stuff. But it's also the first time we meet Lucia, like officially, and this is when we start touching in on what's going to be happening in the next expansion. So we're slowly starting to bleed into the next expansion. We're getting like breadcrumb trails into where you're at currently.
The dragons are causing havoc.
In the middle of all this, Moonbreeda's testing White Auracite someplace safe in case it's built up aether, causing a massive explosion of power, which is a worry. In the remote location, Northern Thanalin, they run across an Ascian calling himself Nabrialis, and discovers that the warrior no longer bears the blessing of light, which is a problem because now they're like, ha ha ha, you're cut off from your god. Perfect. So since they no longer have Heidelin's protection over them, and over the Scions, by the way, because not only did Mr. Dragon Boy was like, no, let me cut you off. He cut off all the Scions. So nobody got power from the Mother Crystal right now. That being said,
he needs help.
Nabrialis abducts Minfilia, and he fatally wounds Moonbreeda and retreats.
He killed Moonbreeda. Everyone loved Moonbreeda. She was the super smart one that had everything helping us, and they killed her. Yep. And then Urianger turned even more emo.
Fucking broke him. One broke him.
None of this is ringing a bell.
Oh, you skipped all this shit.
So then you go to this fight, which is in this like dark area, and you fight this floating Ascian dude who shoots beams across the thing as Minfilia sits on a pillar and goes, "Help me, help me."
Mm-hmm. She's tied up like with like fucking Ascian vines, and I
don't know that I remember that fight either.
Yeah, but you fucking defeat Nabrialis, and you also use the white Auracite to kick his ass. Like, you destroy him. You literally destroy an Ascian. It's the first time, and people
finally have killed him. You claim your first mask.
Yep, and believe it or not, guess what? People freak the fuck out. Like, the
Ascians were very scared.
Oh yeah, they're not like, guys, I don't think we're quasi-immortal anymore. Fuck.
So you defeat this Ascian, this super powerful, all amazing being that shouldn't be able to die, and everyone freaks out. But then the call comes out: "Oh shit, the dragons are attacking Ishgard. Please help us. We're gonna die."
Mm-hmm.
So we go out and we're like, "Hey, Merlwyb, help us. Maelstrom, we need your help. Hey, Connie Santa, we need the Twin Adders to come help us. Hey, Robon, please." And everyone's like, "No."
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
So Elfino gets really pissed off and stomps out and said, "You know what? The Crystal Braves will come and help you with the Warrior of Light. We're going to go to Corythus and help you here." So then this giant-ass dragon comes down and starts trying to walk towards Ishgard. And this is the Steps of Faith battle, which you probably remember.
It's the bridge.
There's this... it's the bridge. The giant dragon walks across it. You get to shoot it. You get to defeat it from underneath.
Yeah, you gotta
So,
shoot big old dangles at it. It's great.
Yeah, stay out from
You
under
finally
feet.
defeat this dragon, and you prevent him from getting and attacking Ishgard. And then Ishgard's like, "Thank you, you saved us." So of course you have to go back to Mordona because why always? And this is when everyone's favorite Lalafell, Tataru, goes out and is like, "Hey, you know what? I'm useless. I want to help you. Please let me help you."
Mhm.
So she's like, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to go become an arcanist. I'll get a carbuncle and I'll be a master person." And she fails horribly. And then she goes and tries to do a few other things in which she also fails horribly.
She tried.
She tries, but she fails horribly. The only thing she's really good at is being a weaver, and damn, she's a good weaver.
Fucking toy ad. But then she decides that since I'm so good at being a weaver, I can make money for the Scions, something that they desperately need. I mean, funding is a thing. Especially since the crystal braves cost a lot of money.
Yes. So once you are done running around with Tataru as she tries to achieve her life's goals,
We got her
you
back.
return back to the Scions, and you find the body of Wildred, who was in the Crystal Braves. And he is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And we go and we talk to Riol again and find out that a couple of the divisions within the Crystal Braves have been bribed by some Lalafell named Teleji Adeleji, who we might have heard of before. And stuff starts to go bad.
It's not great.
In the grand scheme of all of the ultimate part of the entirety of 2.0, you're invited to a feast in Ul'dah.
Can I bust this out now?
I was leading right for you to take it.
Perfect. All right, so you go and get dressed for this feast. Everybody's invited, all the Scions, everybody's there. You've done and won a lot of things. You've defeated the Garleans at this point and defeated Ascians at this point. The peace is among us. Everything's going great. You're invited to a private tea party. You sit down with the Sultana. She explains things aren't so great with her. She doesn't think that she can handle doing her job. She wants to step down. Not so great.
Let's make it a democracy.
Woo! Break away from the monarchist and make
For the
it
people.
She sips her drink. Her eyes go pale. She falls down. Busts through the doors open. You have now killed the Sultana.
I skipped all
Things,
That's kind of an important point.
things are not going great. Run back to the room where the feast is. Rabban hears that not only is the Sultana dead, he goes into a rage. Goes and finds out Teleji Adeleji walks in with his brass blades beside him, smiles, knowing that it was me all along. How dare you? Rabban, and the bull of Alamigo, blind, all sees nothing but red, takes out both of his swords and in twain slices Teleji Adeleji. No more is Teleji.
Bye bye.
Yeah, there's one piece is Teleji, the other piece is Adeleji. Knowing Ilbred also made in that same point, Teleji did mention that Ilbred has been helping him the whole time. Rabban in that point goes into attacks Ilbred, but Ilbred knows Rabban like the back of his hand since they grew up together. And
His left hand specifically.
Yeah, and Ilbred takes Rabban's left arm. Sort of. The Bull of Alamigo has been wounded, and taken to jail. He's been arrested. The Scions have escaped, but they are on the run.
Well, at the same time that all of this is happening, Thancred is out and starts hearing commotion in the streets. The brass blades are going everywhere.
Yeah, shit's breaking down. Ul'dah is in flames. Things are being taken over. It's not great. It's bad.
Military coup. The military is taking over the city.
Absolutely. The Scions start fighting, and they want you to escape.
Before the Scions start fighting, the reason why they start fighting is that because you have been accused of killing the Sultana, all of the Scions are under arrest for regicide, and you are all immediately like,
you're sentenced to kill on sight at this point. So the scions start breaking off. You have the first group, of course, is you have Paplamo. Oh, is it you still? No, it's not.
Oh,
it's not,
no, sorry. Paplamo and Ida were first.
Yes, Paplamo and Ida sacrifice themselves and say, no, move on. We'll take care of them. So the last thing we see
They
is
shut the gate.
Yep, and the last thing we see is them two fighting, and then Paplamo casts a spell, and Ida, her mask cracked. You see one eye, her doing a backflip, and then a blinding light. Yes, and a blinding light. We have no idea what happens to them. We move on. You're still in Thancred. Tell Minfilia and the Warrior Light, you, the character, keep running. We'll hold them off. And, Thancred's good at the stabby. And
Y'shtola has like this brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Does Thancred trust her? Of course. Why not? You see, again, bright blinding light, and then nothing.
Explosion. You do hear an explosion, and you keep running with Minfilia. You're almost at the very end, and all of a sudden Minfilia stops. I have to go back. I need to go. I can't tell you why, but you need to keep moving forward. Minfilia runs back. We do not know what happens to Minfilia.
Hydaelyn. It was because of Hydaelyn. Hydaelyn spoke to her.
Yes. But I don't think she told us why. She just said, keep moving. Trust me. And you do. You keep moving. You get out of the city through the sewers. And at the very end... It is
you, Alphino, and Tataru at this point.
That's it. The last three. At the very end, you meet the guy who carried you on the carriage into town is the guy that meets up with you at the very end to carry you out of town. You, Tataru, and Alphino head north to Heavensward, because that is the only thing left.
No. Sid comes out and takes us in the Enterprise.
Well, yeah, but we had Heavensward.
Yes.
Well, no, because I guess.
Yeah, the guy in the carriage takes you out to where Sid is.
Yeah.
And then they take you away out to Ishgard. Or towards us. They take you to Corythus, and then when you land in Corythus, then you head into Ishgard. And you basically take refuge there because you're a wanted criminal in all the cities.
Yep.
That's why I go there.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Didn't know that.
And as long as the scions exist, Dawn will come again, but they need to look only Heavensward. And that's how the story ends. And then you pick up in Heavensward.
So in my defense, all the shit, like right before Heavensward, I was already max level. And I was already and I just wanted my new fucking skills. And so that's why I skipped everything. I was just like, fuck, I just need to get to the new place so I can get my new skill. Nope.
So I would definitely recommend continuing, like starting to watch the cutscenes in Heavensward because it'll make a lot more sense.
I've tried well, kinda. Like I said, Tataru just showed up for me. I never seen that bitch before.
Here's the beautiful thing and the good news. You can go to the inn room, and there's the adventuring book. You can actually go back and watch everything. So if you really in the inn room,
your inn room,
like if
not
you go
in an apartment and not in the FC house, but if you go to one of the cities, there's a special place you can go to that's an inn room, and that'll have a place where you can watch the cutscenes.
I think you can make. I think you can get that book. Oddly enough, I think it's like a. I think it could be crafted. I think it could be crafted. I think, but you could. Cool. Yeah, so you can go back and watch all the cutscenes, even stuff like Hildebrand. You can go back and watch. So there's other parts of the story. We stuck to the main story. We didn't touch on Crystal Tower, which is a whole other bag of stuff. And Hildebrand's, honestly, just go back and watch Hildebrand. It's like a comedy movie. It's really great.
Hildebrand is the amazing, stupid detective story. We have the Crystal Tower series, which takes you through Labyrinth of the Ancients, the Circus Tower, and World of Darkness. You have the whole Binding Coil of Bahamut, which you probably haven't done any of yet, so I would definitely recommend watching the cutscenes for that, because you get to see Alize, who is one of the best characters ever.
We could just take... Actually, there's a lot of people in RFC. We could probably just take through Binding Coil.
We should do it one night.
Yeah, we should. So that being said, that is it. That is all of A Realm Reborn. Other than the side stuff, but that is the main story. All your friends are dead, and you went north.
Okay.
But you didn't go to North Ishgard. That's another time.
Yeah, North Ishgard. It doesn't exist. We made that up. That's just what Maelstrom does. If anything, North Ishgard's like the hood.
So our really
no.
short lower show ended up being almost 2 hours long.
Fuck me. And I'm
But
sorry.
I learned a lot.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so
if you,
it was good. It was just I was like, hey, we should do a really short show, and Philatus is like, yeah, let's do this lore thing. That won't take that long.
No, not at all.
we could have fucking knocked it out.
Oh yeah, we had like a Realm Reborn rant that took like 2 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna do it again, but it's great. I can fucking.
So.
Yeah, I've been
Anyway,
playing
sorry.
since
Anyway.
September off and on, and I never knew any of this. So
There you go. Yeah, it's all.
now
It's
I
all.
know.
The more you know.
Yeah, it's.
exactly.
Yep. So the biggest things to remember: Garleans are evil. Trying to work on it.
Ascians are evil. They're behind everything.
Yeah.
That's because they're ass in
The-
their name.
Echo explains everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Why do elephants fly? Echo.
Yeah. Echo. If they
It's
can't
not actually because the elephants fly because they have a magic carpet stapled to their back, and
Mhm.
that's actually canon.
You'll get there. You'll get there. Anyway, so now you're in Heaven's Word. One of the best
Fucking
stories.
stapled to their back.
Well, I mean, or
I just-
lacquered.
Yes.
It could be lacquered there. We don't know. Staples, maybe they
Animal
don't.
cruelty.
It could be
I will
glued
not stand
on.
for that.
I mean, did they specifically say staple? I mean, maybe it's glued on, like a
It was
lacquer,
attached somehow.
little fucking gorilla tape.
Gorilla glue that shit
Fuck it.
on.
Yeah, Maelstrom Radio is now sponsored by Gorilla Glue.
Anyway,
Uh,
Yes.
if she's got to sit, make her stay there. Gorilla Glue.
Yep. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Nanamo looks disapproving.
Nanamo will remember
So
that.
I'm pretty sure we made you super late for your show, and your co-hosts are like fucking yelling at you.
They're probably like, we're just not gonna do it tonight.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry we ruined your show.
I learned a bunch of shit, so I'm cool.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you learned something.
I did.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Now
who's
it
Rob?
makes sense as to like why, we ran away to this no place.
Yeah. Also, you're still not connected to Hydael in any sort of way. You're still with the little dragon dude, which is Midgarsimer. That's why he comes out and talks to you, and nobody can see him. He's your little invisible friend.
Oh yeah, the little dragon.
Yeah. Everybody's looking at you like she's talking to air.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
But so right now you're Heaven's Word, and yeah, fucking Susan's most important. Do you know who Tataru is now?
I do now. She just showed up. She was like scared of something in an alleyway.
Because
I was like,
she's
look
haven't
at this
seen
cute
Tataru
little
scared
bitch.
yet.
yeah. By the I mean, I can give you a little. I mean, I can catch you up where you are. Tataru fucking was like, I'm gonna hang out in bars and get information, and she becomes like a valuable like asset because she's really good at it. She knows how to feed people drinks and get what she needs.
She went to the wrong bar, didn't she? In the hood.
No, she owns the bar now.
Yeah, she fucking
okay.
owns that shit.
All right. Sure.
Not
Yeah.
like she doesn't own it monetarily, but like
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows shit. She could be like,
Alright.
that guy over there fucking slept with 3 different women today, and he's married.
So she's the Baelish, huh?
Yes. Essentially, yeah,
Alright.
she's become
no,
Baelish.
no, she's not.
Well, no,
'Cause
Bael-
we like her, and she's not a dick.
Well,
Maybe she's like little.
resourcefulness wise.
I mean, Baelish. All right.
More,
Yeah,
more like what's the bald dude?
Yeah, more like him, I guess.
With
I'm
the-
having a brain
yeah,
fart.
with
The eunuch.
Varys?
Yeah,
Varys, yes.
Yeah, with her
Okay,
little.
so yeah,
but
she's
she except she
closer
doesn't
to
have.
that.
She doesn't have little
Okay.
birds. She's her own little bird.
She's also not a eunuch, but
Yeah, she's not. She actually she likes. I don't know. I'm not gonna go there. Anyway.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, so did you any last minute thoughts or anything? Any questions you have for us we can answer for you? Is there
Not
anything
yet.
you want? Is there anything you want to know? Something that was
Does
like
Alfie ever get a haircut?
no.
no.
Fucking
No.
rat tail annoys me.
Mm,
No, that's it. I mean,
he doesn't get a haircut.
yeah.
He gets
I don't know. I can't think of anything
He
yet.
gets new outfits. Everyone gets new outfits.
everyone starts to look fabulous.
His outfit's already pretty fabulous.
They all get snow outfits.
Mhm.
It's cold.
Mhm. It's chilly up north.
Then they get summer outfits because they go to the desert, but
Mhm.
it's far in the future.
I can make like a little winter outfit now.
Yeah.
Like the fur. The little Eskimo. I could be a snow Eskimo.
Yeah.
Or a
short
bunny.
No potato.
No, yeah. Potato. Snow potato.
Yeah.
Cold potato instead of hot
Snowball.
There you go. All right. I love El Chorzone. I love story time. Thanks. Hey man, it's good. It's a good game. We broke it down.
We've missed story time with fireside chat. We had those way back. Remember when we ran the library and we did story time?
Oh, that was great.
That was good times.
All right. So where you are in Heavensward right now, you went to the area, you fought some dragon, you've met Nidhogg, you saw some shit. Einstein fought a guy.
You killed Nidhogg the first time.
The first time.
Well,
Hey.
I didn't.
Spoilers.
I mean, Flatus did. I didn't. I watched.
Yeah. I did. Well, I tuckered him out, and then Estinian was like, I got this.
Yeah.
I
He
had
just
him,
kind of threw me around in the air.
I had to rough him up a bit. We'll give him a little rough housing. Anyway, so you can find.
I just sat on things.
Yeah. Not me though. I was busy killing the dragon.
No, I sat on the sidelines.
Yeah. With that being said, yeah. Oh boy. With that being said, you come join Umbra, our FC on Gilgamesh. You can find Shin, myself, Podcastitute. We're all there. Come hang out. You can haze us.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 new people yesterday.
Oh yeah, we did. I saw that.
Yeah.
I haven't been online in a couple of days.
I know.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Neither have I for like a week, and I'm still ahead of him in the Beast Tribe quests.
I know. Stop. Listen, the fish looks so fun. I need to go do it. It levels my crafting. I should go do it. It's so easy. It's so much XP.
Wait, Shin, so you haven't seen the yard?
No.
Oh yeah, you should log in and go see the yard. You'll be
Oh
happy.
boy. It looks like Susan said, it looks like a straight up hoarder.
No, it looks like
Like
somebody's
the most random shit.
It's a yard in Portland. Leave it alone.
All right, okay.
It's like our yard is an art installation piece.
Yeah, that's reaching.
Yeah.
It's a bit much.
And on that note, you can find us live every day or every
Every day.
Every
Fridays
day.
at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. The recorded show shows up on Mondays on Google Play Music and Stitcher. We're still working with iTunes. We've sent support contacts to Apple. Still haven't had any luck with them, so we're trying to get it back on iTunes. Sorry for this, but in the meantime, you can go to our website, listen to episodes. You can use Stitcher on iTunes, or Google Play has an app as well. You can listen on iPhone. Otherwise, you can find all of our content at maelstromradio.com. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, fanfics, art, whatever you'd like to send us, feel free to send it to show@maelstromradio.com. You can find our Discord link on our website or on our Twitter at maelstrom_radio. We have a Facebook page, although it doesn't get updated too often, at facebook.com/maelstromradio. And finally, we do semi-regularly streams outside of our podcast on twitch.tv/maelstromradio. Give us a follow. Find whatever game we're playing. Sometimes it's Final Fantasy. Sometimes it's Super Hot.
Sometimes it's Realm Royale.
And sometimes it's Stick Fight.
Sometimes. Well, Stick Fight's the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Also, podcast, tell them where to find y'all at.
Oh, Courses and Controllers, Twitch. Yeah. We talk about poops and farts.
Yeah.
And games.
Sometimes games, yeah.
Mostly poops and farts.
Mostly poops and farts and some peeners.
Oh.
Can I say that? Is peeners allowed on here?
I mean, it's the first
There's
time.
definitely been worse.
Okay.
I've said worse. I'll tell you that.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah.
It's
That's
a
all.
Leopleurodon, Johnny. Magical Leopleurodon.
It's a pleurodon.
Maybe I should start calling my peener Leopleurodon.
It's a pleurodon.
And then I'd be like, but then it gets weird because then I'd have to hang out with some guy named Charlie and say, look at this magical Leopleurodon. And on that note, y'all want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Uh-huh. What's up, Shin?
I'm
Nothing?
gonna go sit on stuff.
Till C swallows all.
I was gonna make a Leopolrodon joke about sitting, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep it classy. Yeah, because I respect people.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Yes.
Gonna just let me get out of this.
Yes,
Please.
blow it up.
I'm just gonna do one of these and do this and do this and one of these. I want to thank, of course, Shin, my co-host, for joining me every week. I want to thank Podcasty from Core Sets and Controllers. Go check them out. They stream weekly, all three different hosts doing different things. Sometimes you can scare a podcast with bang noises if you cheer them. If you cheer me, I don't get scared because it's just Prompto going ba da 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 da. It's great. But you know, as I say here, till C swallows all, Leopolrodons are magical. See you next time.
Maelstrom Radio is a production of MaelstromRadio.com, Blackfire Media Productions. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Opening theme provided by Benjamin Anthony James. You can find more of their music over at SoundCloud.com/Ben773. Our outro is provided by Sodo. You can find more of their music over at SoundCloud.com/Sodo. Views and opinions expressed on this episode are those of Maelstrom Radio and their host, and do not reflect the views and opinions of Square Enix. And until C swallows all, keep listening.